and Danny Lennon to start the match, both to make a big impact. Aberdeen brought in Scott Booth to play wide on the right, while Robert Connor returned to the left side of midfield, Brian Grant moving to fill the role vacated by the suspended Paul Kane. The referee was Jerry Evans from Bishop Briggs, summariser Gordon McQueen, commentator Jerry McNee.
It's Hibs who kick off in an important match for both clubs. Hibs certainly can't afford the gap to widen. Aberdeen 3 points ahead of them going into this match. But Hibs with a good home record this season. They've lost just twice to Rangers and Hearts. But manager Alec Miller forced into a few changes this afternoon because of injury and suspension, and he's been hitting out at some players over picking up what he calls silly yellow cards. An early touch for Jim Leighton, playing against his old club where he shared so much glory. This is Tweed for Hibernian. Finding Miller. Long one played through there, looking for Gareth Evans. The referee indicating a high boot. And the free kick goes Aberdeen's way. Gareth Evans, a player who is very effective coming off the bench, but starting this match this afternoon, he has 4 goals so far this season. Headed away by Beaumont. Farrell's in there with Grant. It breaks to Richardson. Stephen Wright to Shearer. Tweed digging in. Aberdeen trying to press forward. This is Booth. Richardson stepping away from O'Neill. That was good play by Richardson. Topples to the ground. The referee, though, allowing advantage. Aberdeen still have possession. This is McKimmie. Jess trying to find an opening. He turns well, but straight at Leighton. That's a good play by Aberdeen.
Yeah, it was lovely build-up play initially there by Aberdeen. Brian Grant and Lee Richardson knocked the ball to Ian Jess on the edge of the box, and he's very good at that, coming in those situations, but never really any power in the shot.
That's laid off by O'Neill to Mitchell. Good running by O'Neill. He's got McAllister in support. He takes on Erdman himself, though. Breaks away to McAllister. Booth's back, giving a hand in defence. Still it's McAllister, doing well to get in the cross. And it was Lennon almost getting his head to the ball.
He really is a dangerous and effective little winger, Kevin McAllister. Skillful and tenacious. It's no surprise that Hibs' scoring form's improved dramatically since his arrival.
This is Lennon. Away by Farrell. Returned by McLeish. Jess pouncing. Miller's with him. Still it's Jess looking for some support here. Back it goes to Richardson. The first time shot, that's deflected. And Aberdeen take the lead. 16 minutes gone. And Lee Richardson gets his 6th goal of the season. But that ball taking a deflection.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a break for Aberdeen here. The ball sits up nicely here for Lee Richardson, and very unlucky for Hibs. He takes a deflection off the Hibs defender into the corner of the net. All started that goal with a long downfield header by Alec McLeish. Ian Jess in behind the Hibs back 4, knocks it into the path of Richardson, and cruel luck for Jim Leighton in the Hibs defence.
Well, it's Connor switching the play to Booth. Mitchell comes to meet him. This is Stephen Wright. Playing it through for Shearer. Shearer trying to battle his way through. Does well to get in the cross. That's well held by Leighton. Leighton colliding there with Beaumont. But managing to hold on to the ball, but excellent play by Shearer.
Yeah, good play by Duncan Shearer here. Good close control, twist, turns, and fires a really dangerous cross. Jim Leighton, good positioning, good experienced goalkeeping.
That's Irvin's header. This is Shearer to Jess. Brent. It's Booth looking away from O'Neill. It's taken confidently by Leighton, but the throw out giving Danny Lennon a bit to do, but he responds well, gets away from Richardson. This is Evans, nice little dummy there to McAllister. McAllister with a shot, but well wide of target.
Yeah, not one of Kevin McAllister's better efforts. It all started with Danny Lennon picking the ball up deep in his own half. He's actually had quite an impressive start to the game, young Danny Lennon, and feeds that one through to Kevin McAllister, but away off the mark and no real power behind it either.
Done by Farrell. Kimmy's in there, but the ball breaks to right. This is Danny Lennon loading in the cross. Gareth Evans there! And the ball is sneaking past the post for a chance for Hibernian.
Yeah, Danny Lennon once again, as I mentioned earlier, is having a decent first half here. Sends in a high cross to the back post, and Gareth Evans very, very close to getting equaliser there.
Mitchell commits himself. Booth does well. Mocked up though by Farrell. This is Tweed. Again looking for Keith Wright. This is McAllister claiming handball there against McLeish. And the referee waving away the claims. McAllister furious.
Well, it looked for a little stage here that Kevin McAllister, once he gets onto the Keith Wright knockdowns, just getting away from Ali McLeish here, but it looked to come off the top of his arm rather than any intent on Ali McLeish's behalf, but it was certainly a strong claim by Kevin McAllister.
Good running by Wright. Getting away there from Tweed. Beaumont comes across now. And he manages to save the corner kick. But has to concede the throw-in. Jess trying to turn, but Mitchell reading the situation. Still Aberdeen have it. Again, it's Jess. Taking on Farrell. Getting the ball onto his left foot, and Jim Layton having to move quickly.
Yeah, made the space nicely for himself, Ian Jess. I mean, it's something he really is very good at, but he doesn't really get enough power in the shot to trouble Jim Layton.
Well, the home fans not so happy. That's attempted pass by Farrell. There he is again. He's put the ball straight into the path of Shearer for a chance here for Aberdeen. He loves the goalkeeper. And the ball's behind. Well, he won't get many easier chances than that.
Well, I fancy them strongly in this situation. I think MD would. Davy Farrell, the backwards header right into Shearer's path. He maybe just dwelled on that a little bit, and it cut the distance down between him and the goals. I'm trying to lob it over Jim Layton there.
Well, McAllister causing problems again out on the left, and Stephen Wright taking a knock. And perhaps McAllister just a bit fortunate there to get away with that. They seem to have a nip at the Aberdeen defender as he toppled. This is O'Neill now trying to get forward, but Connors there. Bricks to Mitchell. And Evans fouled by McKinney. It's getting a bit bad temper now, and the referee really is going to have to take some action here. And in fact, he reaches for the book. And he's had enough as Jerry Evans, and he calls across Richardson.
I think he's got to book him here. I mean, Lee Richardson, after the initial foul, just after this little foul here, Gareth Evans gets up to take the free kick quickly. Lennon's wide on the right, as you can see here. Lee Richardson stops him, and the referee had no option but to book him there.
So yellow card shown. First booking of the afternoon. Here's Tweed under pressure from Jess, and he concedes the throw-in. Brian Grant for Aberdeen. Jess turning, and again he doesn't trouble Layton. Again he had the space, didn't get the power into the shot.
Well, that's the third time in this match that he's picked up the ball on the edge of the box, made a little bit of space for himself, but the third time, unfortunately, he's not made very good connection with the ball.
It's Wright again. This is Lennon. Miller. And Lennon runs in support. He's had a fine first half, gets in the cross, and McLeish there with Snelders, and well, McLeish unhappy, Snelders unhappy.
Yeah, it was a terrific little cross. Danny Lennon whips in here. A real teaser for the goalkeeper, Ali McLeish. But Ali McLeish very positive there. Just sends it out for a corner kick.
This is McAllister again, surrounded by Aberdeen players as well. This is Lennon. The early cross looking for Gareth Evans. And it was Irvin who just nipped in ahead of Keith Wright. And Hibs have the corner.
Yeah, very similar situations to the one before. Danny Lennon whips in another very good cross. This time it bypasses Brian Irvin comes to the rescue there.
This is McLeish stepping away from them all again. Oh, the flag had gone up. It's an offside decision. Free kick to Hibs. The referee wants them to retreat a bit. This is Miller. And there goes the half-time whistle. A frustrating first half for Hibs. There's the man who gave Aberdeen the lead after 16 minutes. It was McLeish and Jess who managed to work the ball forward. And Richardson's shot deflected beyond Jim Leighton. The half-time score at Easter Road. Hibernian 0, Aberdeen 1.
And this looks very promising. He's drifted in from the left, crossed the halfway line. He's gone round one to another. He's going all the way. Oh, what a sensational dribble!
New from Ford, another great way to make car buying easier. Escort LX hatchbacks, saloons or estates, all one price. Diesels, 1.4s or responsive 16-valve 1.6s, all one price. That's right, one price. The price of the 5-door 1.4. So without paying a penny more, you can select the body style and engine that suits your needs, not just your wallet. Maximum choice at one price. It's another breakthrough from Ford. For full details, call 0800 111 222 or visit your Ford dealer.
Some people will go to the most extraordinary lengths to win £1 million. All you have to do is play the Millionaires Club game in the Daily and Sunday Express. We've already made 3 people instant millionaires. So pick up your card and start playing now.
Would you like to get your savings into better shape?
Oh, yes.
Would you like your money to work harder?
Oh, yes.
Well, would you like an absolutely free video from TSB?
Yes.
A video that covers everything from straightforward savings to stocks and shares.
Yes.
Then call 0345 123 900 for your copy of the TSB Savings and Investment video, because we want you to say
Yes.
At Centre Parks, you can do as little or as much as you like. Centre Parks, the British holiday the weather can't spoil.
What'll you be doing this weekend? Digging the garden? Doing a spot of DIY? Going for a spin in the country? Or will you be glued to the box? Or just going out with a few friends and simply relaxing? The Territorial Army. Phone 0345 300 111.
Corey's hot.
Hooray, hooray, it's British holiday. What's the fun for everyone on a British holiday?
For great family holidays in England, Scotland and Wales, phone now for your Great British Holidays brochure on 0345 508 508. That's 0345 508 508.
Introducing a cold and flu hot remedy that works. New Day Nurse Hot. Intensive care for cold and flu symptoms.
Aberdeen kick up the Easter Road slope at the start of this second half. No changes in either side. Immediately the referee stepping in, awarding a free kick against Scott Booth for his challenge there on Graham Mitchell. Well, there's no doubt that Aberdeen had the upper hand last season, taking 8 points out of a possible 8, scoring 10 goals in the process for the loss of just 2. But in a point sense, they've been even this season. Hibs winning 2-1 here at Easter Road earlier in the season, but losing then 4-0 to the Dons at the Todray. And Hibs with it all to do in this second half. Comes off McAllister, and it also comes off Farrell. A couple of times in this match, the balls come awkwardly off David Farrell, and it almost gifted Aberdeen a second goal. Farrell's now taken a knock. It's not proving to be the happiest of afternoons for him. He's still on the ground. This play goes on. This is Evans. And Hibs have the free kick. Meanwhile, the referee going over to see if Farrell's okay. He appears to be all right. And Hibs have the free kick. It's Michael O'Neill over the ball. Drops in behind the defence there. This is an upward one for Snelders. And as Evans went in there, they appeared to lift a hand in his attempt to get to the ball. Hit wildly in the air by Richardson. McAllister doing well, turning away from Stephen Wright. Still it's McAllister trying to take on Irvine, but Richardson is back there. This is Gareth Evans, and well wide of target. But again, McAllister showing his threat, running at defenders.
Yeah, once again picking the ball up on the left, coming inside. Tenacious bit of play by Kevin McAllister. Ball drops for Gareth Evans, but miles away with that one. It's
Shearer nipping in there ahead of Beaumont. It's Booth, and Booth bundled to the ground. Free kick quickly taken by Grant to Jess. Shearer's in the middle. Connor's arriving as well. It's Shearer, and the chance on for Grant. But the goal disallowed. The goal disallowed. The flag went up on the far side.
It was actually good play by Brian Grant. Quick thinking, quick free kick out wide. But as you can see here, just a yard or so offside, and don't think there was any question about that one at all.
Touch on by Gareth Evans, trying to find Keith Wright. McLeish is in there, look. This is McKimmie. It's Richardson. Headed away by Tweed. This is O'Neill. Turned by Irvine. It's all a bit scrappy and high at the moment. That's Jess. They're carrying a threat. Getting away from Beaumont. The ball coming off. Leighton. It's Shearer. Well, Leighton almost conceding a second goal as the ball was played in from Jess.
Yeah, once again a little bit of trickery with Ian Jess wide in the right here. Leighton just gets his right foot to it, bobs up in the air. And Shearer tried the volley, but put that one over the bar. Normally very good in those situations as well.
Wright gets a touch on. Now it's Evans. Well, the free kick awarded. The Hibs players wanted the advantage there because McAllister was in a good position. Well, this is the third yellow card of the afternoon. Richardson and McLeish of Aberdeen, and Farrell of Hibs. Here comes a free kick now. And McKimmie does well. Under pressure, but the referee awarding a goal kick. Well, McKimmie was in there challenging with Keith Wright.
Yeah, the Hibs fans are not too happy with this one. The goal kick awarded to Aberdeen. But it was great defending initially by McKimmie. It looked as if Keith Wright was going to get a free header with McKimmie, just enough to put him off and send the header wide.
Richardson. The ball breaks away to Stephen Wright. And now for Booth and Shearer. Just kept in play by Mitchell. Looking for Keith Wright. Then the push climbs high. Gareth Evans. Evans caught out there by Richardson. Play on as the referee. This is Miller driving it through. It's a good effort and a fine save by Snelders. Still the ball's in play. It's Lennon. To the far post, the header from Keith Wright. And Hibernian get the equaliser. 60 minutes. And Keith Wright gets goal number 11 of the season. It's Hibernian 1, Aberdeen 1. Again, it was tremendous play by Danny Lennon, getting the ball onto the left foot, and Keith Wright coming in at the far post, given plenty of room and picking a spot in the back of the net. And Alex McLeish absolutely furious with his fellow defenders. By Connor, this is Richardson, McKimmie looking for Booth, down for Shearer, and that's a corner kick.
Yeah, I think the Hibs defence here looking for offside when the long ball comes in from McKimmie, but Bowman had played Scott Booth onside. Shearer gets hold of that one, and well, a deflection, but this time for Hibs it went past the post.
Here by Stephen Wright. This is Jess. They're in a very tight situation. The answers the referee. Laid off by McAllister. It's Farrell. Well wide of target. He's not happy with himself, David Farrell.
He had plenty of time to look up and at least get the shot in target, but certainly Hibs are applying a lot more pressure on the Aberdeen defence in this second half.
Jess caught there. This is McAllister. As well, get in the cross. And going just away from McLeish. Gareth Evans had ended up on the ground. If he just managed to stay on his feet there, he might have been able to do something. Still, Hibs keep the pressure on. The throw in just in the line with the Aberdeen penalty area. This is Lennon onto the left foot, headed away by McLeish. It's Farrell. A chance on here for Wright. And Keith Wright does it again. 72 minutes. Keith Wright's second goal of the game, his 12th of the season. And jubilation among the Hibernian fans. Hibernian 2, Aberdeen 1.
Well, certainly the goal was coming, and it's once again poor defending here by Aberdeen. Alec McLeish knocks the ball well out of the box, lands at Keith Wright's left foot, controls it nicely and drills it into the back of the net, but not an Aberdeen defender in sight. But certainly Hibs have applied a lot of pressure here in the last 5-10 minutes of this game, and certainly well worth a goal. As you can see here, a long header out by Alec McLeish, not an Aberdeen defender in sight when Keith Wright picks this one up, but controlled it nicely into the back of the net.
Fight back by Hibs. So much went against him in the first half, and Alec McLeish there apologising for the challenge. He's already been yellow carded. He'll have to be careful. So a chance here perhaps for Hibs to finish it all off, and it floats there. From Tweed, a free header, 6 yards out, and another indication that this Aberdeen defence is not doing at all well.
Yeah, well, Stephen Tweed acres of space here again. I mean, Snelders looks at McLeish, McLeish looks at Irvine, but nobody picks him up when he gets a free header. That could have been the game all over if he'd managed to steal that one into the back of the net.
This is O'Neill. Mitchell, first touch letting him down there. Jess pounces. McAllister's racing back to help. Still it's Jess, doing well. That's Richardson. Shearer. This is Connor. Booth, who's drifted out to the left. Booth taking on Miller. And Shearer's there. And Leighton manages to smother the ball with Jess in close attendance.
Yeah, Booth manages to get this one across, and Shearer peels off his marker nicely, but just never quite caught that one right.
Aberdeen looking rattled. They've really got to calm themselves down here. Get their game together again. This is Booth. Hibs fighting for everything here. Danny Lennon in there. Well, this will be an ordering off for Richardson. Lee Richardson is off.
Yeah, well, he just had a little nip there at the foot of the player. And really, I don't know. I think I was a little bit harshly done by there. There wasn't really much in that at all. But he's been involved in a few incidents this afternoon, and of course already booked one yellow card and another yellow card, and off he goes, which is going to make it doubly difficult for Aberdeen now.
So Aberdeen down to 10 men, under pressure again here as Evans nips the ball away from McLeish. This is McAllister, but Stephen Wright does well. Plays it through now. Great ball through to Shearer, who's onside. Still at Shearer, going round the goalkeeper. And a fine save by Jim Layton. Well, Mixu Patalainen was racing through the middle, and Scott Booth was arriving on the far side.
Yeah, well, I think the Hibs defence here are claiming for offside, but Shearer times his run perfectly. But what about that for a bit of goalkeeping? I mean, that is marvellous, and that has kept Hibs in this game.
This is Shearer. Downward header to Patalainen. You get the feeling this isn't quite over yet. So that ball's deflected behind for the corner kick. Patalainen's there, so too is Shearer. There's plenty of height and weight. The header there. Well, the header going in from Irvin, and Shearer making, I think, the slightest contact at all behind for the goal kick.
Yeah, a little break for Hibs here. I mean, it looks now, I mean, Irvin gets in a strong header there. Shearer looks as if he just gets his knee onto that one and puts it over the bar, but it certainly looks as if it's Hibs that's lost a player, not Aberdeen.
Farrell. Lennon. Miller's going in the run on the right. Booth has spotted his intention and gone with him. Still it's Miller, getting the ball into his left foot. That's a bad effort. Just clipping the stanchion on the wrong side.
Yeah, Willie Miller, another player that's had a fine game at the back for Hibs today. He's managed to get forward on a couple of occasions. Lennon rolls the ball out to him, and he pulls that one onto his left foot. Well, it wasn't a bad effort at all.
This is Lennon. Tweed, who's still well forward. Lennon. McAllister. Evans. Switching the play to O'Neill. O'Neill taking on McKimmie. Again it's O'Neill. Lennon. Lennon tries a shot! And it's all over now. Danny Lennon. 86 minutes. He gets his first goal of the season, and what an important one for Hibernian, right into the corner.
Well, he tries for a goal here, Jerry, and he doesn't half deserve one. He's been absolutely magnificent for Hibs this afternoon, particularly in this second half. Never wasted a ball. He's given a very experienced and mature performance for somebody so young. Played with great intelligence all afternoon, and his passing's been first class. Never wasted a ball, and he's capped off a terrific performance with a great goal.
Laid off by Wright. To Farrell. Farrell coming through some difficult moments from the first half of a splendid game. McAllister there with a nice little touch to Mitchell. This is O'Neill. And the Hibs fans really enjoying this.
Well, it's certainly been an impressive second half performance from Hibernian. Knocking the ball about really nicely, and really they've got to be considered a serious threat now. I mean, this was a very important game for them, and of course they're at Ibrox next week, which should be an absolute cracker now.
Jubilation among the Hibernian fans. A superb second half performance. 2 goals from Keith Wright. Both balls floated in towards him. The first a header, he put it away well, although there was slack defending by Aberdeen. The second also floated in, and he drilled it into the back of the net. And then what a finish from young Danny Lennon, getting the ball onto his left foot and sending it way beyond Snelders into the far corner. The final score here at Easter Road, Hibernian 3, Aberdeen 1.
A disappointing crowd of just over 6,000 after Hibs' poor performances against Hearts and Dundee United. An important fixture for Raith Rovers, desperate for points, and skipper Peter